Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. Big week of ball. The powers in the East, the powers in the West. Good time to be a bird. Blue Jays, Orioles, Cardinals win some series. Let's talk ball. So H.
I don't know what I want to do today. Knuckleball.
Oh, Luis Matos, wide stance.
Okay.
Nobody cares. How about Spencer Strider's awkward body back on a mound? Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, presented to you by SeatGeek. I am Jake Storielli. That is Trevor Plouffe. We're coming from you. We're all over this great nation right now. We got Bobby Sirocco here. We got a big week of baseball to cover. Man, a lot of the big boys kept it going this week, Trev. I actually felt better about our power rankings. A couple of the teams that people were like, oh, how could you wait, Yankees and Rangers? What's your fascination with them? Well, they did their thing. Okay, so let's yell at the people, Trev. How are you?
Whenever we put a graphic out like that, whether it's power rankings, whether it's our Cy Young draft, we know we're going to get just torn to pieces. But I think we did a good job. The Cardinals fans weren't happy. We had them ranked very low. But then what did we do? We put out a social clip about us talking like we probably ranked them wrong. You can't win sometimes, Jakey boy. But I am excited to talk some ball with you today. Spencer Strider. I don't know if we're going to get into like what he looks like, but you're totally right. Those boats, or the skis, excuse me. I call them boats. The skis he has on the bottom of his freaking legs, they're incredible.
Trev, it's nuts. I forgot. And hey, Braves fans, you're not getting love this episode, and you know that. Like the Blue Jays took you down. Things are still bad in Atlanta, and like AL East, the rest of you should be rejoicing. Except the Mets this episode. Twins get a series dub. Let's go, baby. But yeah, seeing Strider on the mound, it was a good reminder of seeing a dude on the field, and then everything feels like a funny mirror. Like the way his thighs and quads pop out along with his feet, he's
got the bowed out feet on the mound
I've
too.
Never
like
seen it.
High tops with the tight pants that are only coming down like to his ankle. It's a strange look, but it works. It works for him.
Speaking of strange looks, that's what we have here at Talkin' Baseball. We're gonna get into the series. We're gonna hit you with our standout performances and Fuego awards, all of the good stuff today, and it's all brought to us by DirecTV. Today's episode is sponsored by DirecTV. Are you ready to experience baseball like never before? DirecTV is the ultimate destination for baseball, bringing you right into the heart of America's pastime. Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, maybe Big Dumper's up, and if he is, he's going to homer. My God. With DirecTV's MLB coverage, you can catch those thrilling moments. What makes DirecTV even better? You can watch your MLB games completely satellite-free. Yep, you heard that right. No satellite with DirecTV. Baseball isn't a sport, it's a passion. If you're ready to transform your baseball watching experience, head to directtv.com/JohnBoy or scan the QR code on the screen to learn more. Trev, I mean, this used to be a Talkin' Baseball tradition. I think we're going to try to bring it back. I think Fridays are for the National League.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, baby.
They
Let's
have
do
to
it.
be.
They have to be. It just feels right. It just feels right. And we're starting with the big one. Not sure why Dalt led the sheet with this, but the Pittsburgh Pirates take 3 out of 4 from the Nationals. Hey, go Pirates, go. Let's start winning ball games. Let's stop dunking on you. They take 3 out of 4. The first time we've had a 1-1 and a 1-1 pitch and catch together. Although me and Trev did something one night in Jersey City. Skeens to Hank Davis. Pirates get a nice 3-game series win, or 3 out of 4. Andrew Heendog closing it out for them. Really nice start by him against the nation's Capitals baseball team. San Francisco Giants and the Phillies. Hello. 2 NL Powers teeing it up, and they end up splitting a 4-gamer. Man, fun. Our guy Tyler Fitzgerald balled out throughout this series. Bryce Harper, you might be familiar with him, and Christopher Sanchez continues to grow, continues to give amazing pitching performance as he grinded through this one. JT Realmuto got a little hot in this series. Tough strike 3 call. Circle back on that in a minute. The Brewers deserve some love this episode. They take 2 out of 3. Since their opening weekend, I think they've won 4 out of 5 series. Obviously, Jose Quintana's pitching well for them. Obviously, Quinn Priester is pitching well for them because that's what they do. And our guy, Reeser Trev, he got back in it with a big game or 2. Brew Crew are back doing Brewers thing. That is of note. And so is the St. Louis Cardinals. We've been telling ourselves, they take 2 out of 3 from the Houston Astros. The only game they couldn't win, well, that was because Hunter Brown was on the bump. And nobody is currently getting to that cat. These Cardinals hit a lot, and you're going to hear about it. Brendan Donovan, Arenado, the birds can bop, baby. 3-run homers. Pocket that for now. Cubs and Padres. Speaking of your NL powers, these are 2 teams we've been about. The Padres take 2 out of 3 at home, and that's obvious. They're 11-0 at home to start the season, matched the 2023 undefeated Rays at home as the longest home win streak to start a season. Hey, the Cubbies break it up in that second game, but man, Fernando and the boys get it done in Game 3 to take the series, and they are doing some dominant things. Our last NL series for now, the Seattle Mariners and the Reds. This is my crush I want to shake versus the girl next door I should like, and the girl next door won. The Mariners, one of the best games you'll see this season on the final day. Back and forth. Austin Hayes is back for the Reds and balling out. But don't tell that to Big Dumper and the best to ever do it, Randy Arozarena. Get it done in the 9th, and then they roll them in extras. That is what happened in the National League. Oh, I skipped 2 series. Diamondbacks swept the Marlins. Dodgers swept the Rockies. I'm sorry, those are unfortunately too obvious right now, and you're gonna hear about Josh Naylor homering in every game. You're gonna hear about what Pavin Smith is doing. Rockies, it's getting late early. It's getting later. Dodgers called up their AAA to pitch against these guys. It doesn't matter. That is what happened in the National League.
What were you talking about? The girl next door and the girl that you actually like, but you should like the girl next door. What was that?
So the Cincinnati Reds are the girl I have a crush on that I
they're
probably
the
shouldn't.
spicy girl.
Like,
Yeah. She doesn't even like
15,
you.
She's smoking darts after school, and like, come on, can't be having that. The Mariners is the girl next door that your family's like, hey, like this is a nice thing. She's a great girl. She's going to. You should like her, and it's like I want to. I really want to.
You still
but her
lost
only hobby is World of Warcraft. Trev, do you have the standings?
You made it worse with that explanation. I do have the standings. I can't wait to give them to you. We're going to start out east. The New York Mets, 12-7. They got handed a series loss by my Twins, but 12-7. The Philadelphia Phillies right behind them at 11-8. And then it's kind of like, oh my goodness, what is you doing, baby? For the Braves at 5-13, Miami 8-10, Washington at 7-12. In the Central, the Chicago Cubs 12-9, Milwaukee Brewers 10-9, and then 9-10 for the Reds, 9-10 for the St. Louis Cardinals, and 8-12 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. That division is always just like that. Everyone right around 500. And then out west, my goodness. The Padres sitting at top 15-4, the Dodgers 14-6, the Giants 13-6, the Arizona Diamondbacks 12-7, and then yes, as you mentioned, the Rockies at 3-15. They did, Jake, just fire their hitting coach, and I believe hired Clint Hurdle to take over. So things might be a changing out there in Denver, and those are the standings in the National League.
Hey, we shouldn't be leading with this, but hiring Clint Hurdle to be the hitting coach, Trev, I don't know, man. Every hitting coach or hitting analyst this day seems to be a scientific hitter.
No, I love it. This is going the opposite way. This baseball.
It's working for him. When's the last manager became a hitting coach? Rob, I don't know if that's something
I think he's been a hitting coach a couple different times already.
I mean, that's used to be how it worked, right? Like if you were a good pitching coach, you got a manager's look. If you were good, now it's just completely different. And I don't know. I think it's going to save the Rock season.
It might.
Speaking of, Trev, we can come back to Nats Pirates. Giants Phillies. These have been, and these are two teams that were bumper to bumper in our power rankings. The Giants have obviously exceeded expectations this year. It's also all been on the road. So Giants fans, if you want to be a little hot to trot, you can be. These Phillies are still the Phillies, and this was some high-level baseball played with, dude, high-level talent all over the field.
It really was. And I'm happy to see the Giants go into a place like Philadelphia. I believe the Phillies haven't lost a series at home since July of last year. They end up
Yes.
splitting this one, so they keep that intact. But game one, San Francisco shows like they have that offense that could put up runs and spurts. Big 5-run inning off Taijuan Walker, and look at this, got my coffee delivered to me. This is just beautiful.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Good to be the king, man.
Yeah. And again, in game one, they end up running away with it 10-4. And then, it's just back and forth baseball all the way through. Bryce puts him up 6-3 in the 7th of game 2 with the 2-run homer. And it went like that throughout the series. My biggest takeaway, Christopher Sanchez, the changeup, absolutely filthy. I believe it was 11 Ks on the changeup. And it's one of the most nasty pitches in baseball. He is not growing, as you like to say every time. He stopped growing. He's 6'11". It's done.
He's done. He's finished there. The 7-1 Chris Sanchez. Yeah, man. I mean, Matt Chapman almost brings him back in one game. Alvarado, I guess there was good baseball along with, like, scary baseball. Robbie Ray's walking in 2 runs in the first inning. A pinch hit by JHL Lake gives them a little more hope. Man, if you're a Giants fan, you have to be – this East Coast trip went better than any team's East Coast trip has gone in the past couple seasons. Both teams getting mad at the umpires in this one. That's when know it's really good. Again, if you want to see JT Real Muto, if you're trying to spice things up a little bit, he got hot and not happy with the umpires. 4-game split, so both teams walk with their chin up a little bit, but an expected power and an emerging power in the National League. Nats Pirates, Trev, again, 2 teams that have already lost their momentum heading into the season a little bit. Pirates with as rough of a start as they could go with. Nats, again, we kind of took people off the hype wagon. I guess what stood out for me is the games the Pirates won, O'Neal Cruz was all over the box score, and before the season we talked about him needing to bring it to another level, and it feels like that might be happening.
No, the Pirates have very talented players on this roster, and I hope that they do go on some sort of run. If you look at what's happening right now in this series, and I get it was against the Nationals, but you have, Skeens is going to do his thing. But then you have Bailey Falter go 7 innings shutty. You have Andrew Heaney go 7 1/3 shutty. Again, I know it's against the Nationals, but if you're able to get pitching performances like that, I think they do have enough guys offensively that can get the job done. We might see them be in the mix in the NL Central, Jake. I wouldn't put it past the Pirates to do that.
I am.
There's too much talent, dude. There really is. And maybe we'll look back at Jorge Lopez throwing at Reynolds and behind Kutch's head as a time that really got them going. What's crazy to me about that whole situation is after the game, everybody was in agreement. It was an agreement that it was not intentional, but then he ends up getting suspended for 3 games for intentionally throwing at Andrew McCutcheon. So they must know something that we don't know.
Yeah, so sometimes those press conferences aren't always the most honest. I feel there's a lot of say the right thing to keep it moving. And maybe we're overlooking the power of the fighting necklace, Trev. I know you posted you still have your collection?
Well, I sent it to the Talking Baseball chat. I was a big fighting guy, and at one point, I swear, I think I had arm issues where I was had like dead arm in my shoulder, and I got a fighting necklace and put it on, and my issue went away. I'm not joking.
Jesus.
I'm not joking. So whatever happened. But yeah, they're using them to get back, and they look. It's a little throwbacky, and I like it. It's crazy to me that the fighting necklace is a vintage item now.
Yeah. Hey,
we don't have
everything's
those cyclical. Pictures? There it is.
There we go. My God. Young Lettuce Plouffe.
Do you know who the other guy is?
I'm not sure. Who is that?
That's Anthony Swarzak, Swizzle Sticks.
Wow, Swizzle. Swizzle looks very Latin there. I guess Boys of Summer. Wow, to be on those young Twins teams again. Can't wait to talk Twins later. That's not true. Hey, for Nats Pirates, Dylan Cruz versus Paul Skeens, the first ever 1-1 thrown to each other. So even in the not most exciting of series, still some unique baseball stuff going on.
Pirates, get your offense going.
Don't with
Come
that.
on.
Hey, maybe the team we need to start getting more excited about is the Milwaukee Brewers. Like I said, they, after that opening weekend torpedo series to the Yankees, 4th in 5 tries of their last 5 series. That was a weird way to phrase that. Yelich hitting homers, Reeser with the big game. Like, I don't know. Like, even if you look up the Brewers' bullpen numbers, they're still kind of shook from that opening weekend where just everything went out of Yankee Stadium. But Milwaukee is back to playing Brewer ball, and they're going to be in the mix this entire season.
Absolutely. We talk about all the guys, the young guys, the Garrett Mitchells, the Freliks, the Turangs. But our guy Reese did get it going this series. He actually broke up Scoob's perfect game in game 1, then took that into the next couple games and had a good series. They need that big time if they want to be where they think they can be, Jake. Garrett Mitchell, by the way, leading all of center fielders in defensive run saves right now. I was looking it up because I wanted to see where PCA was because he looks like a monster out there. PCA is right behind him.
PCA turning down money right now. Interested in that.
And you know what? He's bunting. That's how you get money, guys.
Stop.
We're gonna get to that. That's a different series.
My award's anti-bunting. Brewers have 4 shutouts this year. That's crazy. That's not easy to do. They're not bad. Astros, Cardinals, Trev. There is going to be more Cardinal love. We listened to the people, and we called ourselves out in this. Cardinals moving to a 6-man rotation. Matt's back into the rotation, and he looks good. Cardinals' first series win over the Astros since 2016. And hey, the pitching for the Cardinals has been solid, and their fan base will tell you that quickly. But they are doing it on the offensive side.
I don't understand where their fan base lies because, when I look at the box scores, when I watch them play, the starting pitching has been completely fine, and they do have some guys in the bullpen that can get the job done. But the Cardinals fans will tell you our pitching stinks. Does it? So I'm confused. I'm confused.
Reaction.
Did you really? Because I didn't. If you go look at we put that clip out on social media. And it was all sorts, I guess, mixed reactions. So maybe nobody knows how to feel about the Cardinals. Maybe that's it.
Hey, if I was a Cardinals fan, I would be a little confused. This offseason where we did nothing, and the Cardinals front office out here being openly talking about how basically this isn't going to be our year, and we talked about how weird that was for the Cardinals. Man, a good start can bring you a long way in baseball. And also, like, Wilson Contreras has been a negative so far. That
yes.
Brendan Donovan and Arenado against his former team, the Astros. Sonny, what was your Sonny Gray line? I loved it. Ace adjacent.
Ace adjacent. Okay.
Needs to be.
Nolan Arenado was an Astro. Am I what?
Yeah. Well, he was. He declined the trade.
Oh my God! I was like, "What are you talking about?" Forgot about that.
I thought that one might put you in a spin cycle.
Cards down to tied for 5th in OPS in baseball. They were at 3 a couple days ago when we looked them up. But still getting the job done.
The batting average is there. The on base percentage. More Cardinals love coming. Yeah, Houston, you'll get your Hunter Brown love. Otherwise, yeah, it's time to start going. That's the only one from my power rankings I can't fully defend right now. Old ghosts getting to me. The Padres and Cubs, Trev. This is probably the last NL series to really sink our teeth in. The Padres and what they've been doing at home, I mentioned there was a reason I wanted to bring up that 11-0. It's the longest streak to open a season since those 23 undefeated April Rays. Man, what that stadium has right now, what Fernando Tatis is doing, the push that NL MVP season that people thought this year could lead to, again, Shohei asterisk, although we'll see if he starts pitching and how that goes. Fernando's out of his mind. The Sheets and Iglesias guys, when they're contributing, that brings this team to just another level. And, the bullpen in San Diego, a lot of these top teams, their bullpen has been dominant so far. But these Padres they're special, man.
They can do it in just so many different ways, Jake. I mean, the first game was just Fernando taking it over. He looks so good right now at the plate. Very excited to watch him the rest of the year. And then, for the Cubs, I think both these teams, when I'm looking at them overall, they both offensively can do it in so many different ways. They can beat you with a long ball. We saw small ball. We got guys like Arise putting the ball in play. We got guys like PCA taking advantage of Luis Arise at first base, taking the bunt to tie the game. It feels like good old-fashioned baseball where you're going to have your sluggers slug and your speed guys do speed things. And just some really, really good baseball being played. The moment in this series that really, I guess, didn't end up mattering too much. The Cubs ended up winning this game, but in game 2, Shota facing Machado, 2 drop fly balls, both in foul territory. He gets that third chance. You knew what was going to happen. He ends up homering. That's just good old-fashioned baseball right there, Jake.
Yeah, there's a fun stat on here that's like Machado has the most home runs after 9 pitch at bats or something. It's I don't know. I guess just a weird credit to if this guy sees you, he's going to get you. But Padre fans are on cloud 9. We have our resident Padre fan Ryan Cohen, and he is in heaven right now. And hey, if you're the Cubs, man, this was the Cubs opening day series where they took 2. So, if early playoff series tease, if Cubs Padres tee it up, that would be a jazzy one. Trev, I'm going to combine these two because the Dodgers sweep the Rockies, and that's unfortunately obvious, although, like you mentioned, new Rockies hitting coach. And the D-backs sweep the Marlins, which baseball-wise, a couple of the games wasn't as obvious, but Josh Naylor, 3 homers in 3 games. I'm going to talk about Pavin Smith in a little bit, but the two of the NL West powers take it to 2 of the worst teams in baseball.
I think that's all that needs to be said. You see Corbin Carroll's grand slam, thing's a bomb. I was trying to put together like a little Corbin Carroll, Johnny Damon package because for some reason I just have them in my mind together. It turns out Johnny Damon's 6'2" and not 5'10". But do you get that comparison?
I see what you're saying, but also
they're very shouldery.
Yes, a lot of their actions are shouldery. I like that, but Corbin Carroll, his power blows my mind.
Johnny Damon had some power at some point. They both can't throw, which is that's kind of what I think about the most. But I don't know, man. It didn't really work. When I started looking at the numbers, they didn't really line up.
Yeah. I mean, when Damon turned on one at Yankee Stadium, you're like, oh, that's a nice homer. Corbin Carroll goes left
he's got
center and center field. It's silly. Trev, I did lie. One last thing. I made this series unappealing for you just the way I phrased it. Reds, Mariners, you hate to come down to talk about one game. We actually are trying to talk less about one game this year. But that final game has one of the early arguments for game of the year. Jake Fraley, grand slam to take the lead in the 8th inning. 5-3 turns into 7-5. But then Cal Raleigh and Randy, 2 swings, 2 homers to tie it up. Mariners put up the big extra inning to win the series. Really awesome game.
When Jake hit that home run, I was actually watching that game, and I was like, it's over.
Can you say when Jake hit that home run again?
When Jake hit that grand slam. You've never heard that, actually.
Heard that.
I thought the game was over. Look.
Right.
The Mariners aren't known as the most offensive team, but when you do have a guy like Cal Raleigh coming up, he gets the job done. Him and Randy, that was pretty awesome, man. You're right. Game of the year candidate on April 18th.
Cal is hitting historic catcher home runs. I think he's 6 in 6 games. The switch hitting catcher chart, which I know not brought to the forefront a ton, but he's like just said, I think he just chased down Yasmani Grandal, who had like a 15-year all-star career. And it's just like, whoa, what Big Dumper is really doing as a power hitting catcher. I don't know if we've seen
franchise.
Before. I don't think. Whoa, easy with that, Trev.
Who is?
Easy with that. That handsome guy that plays center field that's all over the airport.
I don't know.
I see what you're saying. Hey, go Mariners. Go.
The butt of the franchise.
The face. Trev, that's so good. The face of the franchise and the butt of the franchise.
Oh, gosh. I don't think they could do that. I don't know.
Oh, my God. Mariners fans, someone give me the Photoshop. Cal Raleigh's big old dumper with Julio's eyes just popping at you. That's Mariners baseball. That's Mariners baseball. Hey, beautiful National League, Trev. Let's head over to the AL. We're going to circle back on a lot of those guys in awards and in Fuego and all that stuff. The American League is brought to you by Best Western. Today's episode is sponsored by Best Western Hotels and Resorts. Life's a trip, so why not make the most of it? 4,000 hotels worldwide. Best Western is there for every detour, destination, and unexpected turn along the way. We just had our road trip. Just went back to look at it. Rob Sirocco did an awesome job on it. And people are watching it, which is good. So we thank you. A little bit of different content from us. There's going to be a little bit more of that this year. And a little spoiler, and I think a must-watch part of the video. We are lost in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. 3:30 a.m., the only place open, the Best Western. They let us in with open arms. I was talking gibberish to them, and they were like, please just use our bathroom. That's fine. Travel isn't always predictable, especially that trip. Whatever you are doing, make sure you check out if there's a Best Western there because they will take care of you. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at bestwestern.com. Let's do some American League. My AL East had a weekend except for the Rays because they faced the Boston Red Sox. After a Rays historic franchise win, 16-1 in that first game. Hout gets rocked. Red Sox fans panicking. They come back. They win the next 2 games. How about a 5-hit day from Reggie? That'll do it. And then the only offense in that last game, David Hamilton with the home run as the Sox win 2 games against Tampa. My Yankees sweep the Royals. Oh, dude, of course you got the Yankees high up in your power rankings. Yeah, they won the American League last year. They swept the Royals. Here's what I will say. The Yankees came back in all those games. I like that. A lot of young guys, Ben Rice and Dominguez, playing incredible for the Yankees. The Kansas City Royals have a bad case of the can't hits right now. And that has been their entire season thus far. So if I honestly had to pick, it's unfortunately a little bit of that. The Blue Jays take 2 out of 3 from the Braves. Oh, Spencer Strider's back. They don't care. They won that game because Chris Bassett has been one of, if not the best pitcher in baseball. They win on that final game. Young, thick Austin Riley with a 2-homer game in that one. Our guy Vladito, half a Billy Vlad, he finally gets his home run. Blue Jays continue to win series. And they set a franchise record 19 strikeouts in a 9-inning game. Yo. The Twins beat the Mets. These Twins are different. After losing that first game, the Mets are hot. The Twins come back. They take the final 2. Harrison Bader figured out left field. He's making some highlight catches. And Trev, the injury bug has come through Minnesota, but we might talk about how that could be a good thing for the Twins. Twins talk, it's always happening. The Orioles take 2 out of 3 from the Guard Dogs. Boy, did they need that. Our Orioles were struggling a little bit, and they lost the first game. Logan Allen had a really nice start, but they come back. Ryan O'Hearn, Jackson Holiday, grand salami, and Sugano with 7 innings, 2 earned run. Orioles really needed a series win bad, and they get it against a good team in the American League. The A's sweep the White Sox. This is what we've been trying to tell you people, and they're doing it by mauling the baseball. Tyler Soderstrom is leading baseball in hitting home runs. That's insane. Lawrence Butler turned on a couple balls that reminded me of someone that's a crazy unfair comparison coming up in a little bit. White Sox, we're sorry. We're not sorry. You're sorry. The Rangers. Oh, they sweep the Angels, Trev. Very interesting. Very clever. Rangers throw the ball a lot. Shut out in the first game. It's Tyler Mahle again. Kumar Rocker on the back end with a very impressive start. Oh, yeah, and there's Corey Seager in all three of these games with multiple hits. Patrick Corbin got bit by something venomous. That's real life, people. So we'll deep dive into that as this show is good at doing. And that's what happened in the American League.
I believe it was a spider that he got bit by.
Okay. I literally just...
my nightmare.
I just saw our social media post that was Patrick Corbin was bit by something venomous, and I was like, gee, I don't... In the nicest way, I'm glad... I hope he's okay. I don't want to look more into this.
I like that they did that. Leave it ominous. What bit him? It could be anything.
That's how socials works.
That's how you do social. Do you want the standings in the American League? Because I got them.
Need it. Yes.
We'll start out east where your Yanks, those pinstriping bad boys, young dudes, 12-7, and then Toronto, Jake, 11-8 right behind them. Boston at 10-10, Baltimore 8-10, and Tampa Bay, who I believe I had winning the division at 8-11. In the Central, that's my division. Detroit 11-8 on top. Cleveland sitting at 500, 9-9. They're in second place. Then those Royals 8-12. The Twins 7-12. That actually looks good. 7-12. I'm like, okay, from where we were at, okay, I'll take it. And then the White Sox 4-14, and then out west, Texas above that or on top of that division 12-7. Seattle 10-9. My Angels. As soon as I bought Angel stock, it went down. Maybe there was an insider trading I didn't know about. They're 9-9. The A's 9-10, and Houston. I've been saying this, Jake, at the bottom of that division. At 8-10, and those are the standings in the American League.
Thank you, Coach. Let's go back to your Rays. And hey, awesome first game, 16 runs. Cameron Meisner. There's a couple guys on the Rays putting up fantasy baseball stats. Shane Baz, I enjoy that, people. Otherwise, not a winning brand of baseball from the Rays a lot of this season. In the Red Sox, they have an error-free game. Bregman goes nuts. What else did you see, Coach?
Well, that was the problem in the first game. Too many errors by the Red Sox, too many missed opportunities defensively, and the Rays took advantage of that. And then, Buehler coming in, and I guess after losing a game 16-1 to come back and give them a chance to win that game is good for them. And it's interesting. If you're a Red Sox fan, they have to figure out what to do. We talked about this a little bit going into the season, but I think they're at the point now where Rafael is playing a great center field, but he's not really hitting the ball. And you got a guy like Roman Anthony, that wants to be brought up. What are you going to do with all of these guys? They actually have too many players going around right now. Do you sit Rafael and make him a late defensive replacement in center field? I don't know what they do. It's going to be very, very interesting. But yeah, take 2 out of 3 air. David Hamilton with the homer. That was great to see. Christian Campbell's continued to do it. Not just a strong start, but he's continued to play well. It really entrenched himself in that infield there. So I'm still really high on these Red Sox. I know the record isn't where they want it to be, and sometimes they play a frustrating brand of baseball, but I think the potential is completely still there.
Devers, the 31st Red Sox to play 1,000 game in a Red Sox uniform, so that's nice. Go watch some Justin Slayton curveballs when you get a moment today. They look unhittable. And most importantly, Trev, Alex Bregman, second kid.
2 homers, second kid. Way to go. I do want to shout out Jonathan Aranda of the Rays. He leads baseball in OPS right now. Kind of a platoon guy. I think he only has 6 or 7 at bats against left-handed pitching, but that's what the Rays do. They put you in positions to succeed.
He hits a lot of doubles. Yankees, Trev, if there's anything you want to add, again, I think the Royals have a case of the not hitting right now. Judge is the best hitter anyone's ever seen in their lifetime. Okay,
that could be true.
Take that.
That could be true.
the non-juiced hitter you've seen in your lifetime. And again, these young contributions that and they played the Rays last night, and it was a lot of doubles and taking extra bases. That's that brand of Yankee baseball we expected to see more of this year. That things are good. Yanks have currently won 4 in a row.
Royals, 207, 277, 304 for a 581 OPS. They're 29th in baseball. They're right ahead of the White Sox, and they're behind the Pirates. So they do need to get it going. For the Yankees, I feel like it's a dream come true for Yankee fans, like the way this season has started off, because you are getting all we talked about was what's up with the lineup depth. Is it going to be there? And all of a sudden, Ben Rice looks like he's going to be there for a long time. He might be a guy we're talking about. I mean, look, it's early, but he looks like the real deal.
Yes.
He looks like the real deal. So you got him giving contributions, Wells doing it. Like, for instance, in that first game, I had it up right there. Jazz, Grisham, Rice, and Wells hit solo homers. That's all the scoring they needed. And Cookie Carrasco is throwing the ball. Like, it's kind of crazy. But the question marks that we had going into the season, I mean, they've answered the questions. They're doing well.
Winning ball games could be 6 in a row if not a Carlos Rodon hanger to Jung-Hoo Lee. But maybe he just hits everything. So wasn't
it a couple hangers to Jung-Hoo Lee?
The Blue Jays. How do you like this? They have their first game this season with multiple homers. That's kind of mind-blowing in that second game. And yeah, Bassett, Gossman have been one of the best 1-2 punches in baseball, which we didn't think we would say that again. What was that?
Oh, I think there was a fly. Just was like.
I thought you were saying you were saying
feed me the raw.
Feed me more Gossman Bassett. I was ready to feed you.
I do. Bassett's been absolutely incredible, and watching that game, here's a word for you. He was befuddling Toronto's hitters. He throws too many pitches. He has the funk in his windup. Like, he has a little bit of everything. And when he's controlling those pitches, I always talk about, when a guy has 4 pitches and he can throw those for strikes, it's very difficult to game plan. Like, you just don't know what to look for. He's got that big sweeping curveball. Then he can ride his fastball at the top of the zone. It just makes it very difficult. Like, you have to guess. You have to, try to see the ball as deep as possible. But the way he's throwing right now, don't want to do this to Blue Jays fans. I want him to be there the entire year. I hope that they go on a run. He looks like the best trade candidate in all of baseball right now.
Cover your ears, Toronto.
I'm sorry, he does.
And
Vladdy's not going anywhere. You can act like a normal organization now.
Braves are 2-11 on the road this year.
Or sign him. Re-sign him already.
Or just keep him and win baseball games this year.
That's true too.
Toronto fans, don't listen to that. Hey, Atlanta Strider's back. I guess now let's get Ronnie and let's start winning. But I don't.
I declared the Braves' jumping point was when they won that game against the Phillies. Long rain delay. So here we go, and they're 2-4 since then. So.
I tried to tell you not.
Sean Murphy got glasses. Like, everything was adding up.
Yeah. If you covered your ears for that Chris Passett trade part, you can cover your ears now for this. Twins take 2 out of 3 from the Mets. What do you got, Coach?
What do you mean cover your ears? I don't know. Like, the Twins are still, figuring stuff out. There's no doubt about it. Played a little bit better baseball. Like, they talked about coming into the season, moving runners, having these at-bats. Did not work out like that early on in the season. They did a little bit more of that against the Mets. But as you mentioned, a lot of injuries, man. Wallner's out, Correa, Pablo Lopez. They're bringing up one of their top prospects. It's going to be really cool to see. I don't know exactly where he's going to play, but
yeah, what's that beefcake's name? He had a Minnesota name.
Luke Kreschel. Yeah, he's
Luke Kreschel. That's a good Midwest boy.
We'll see what happens, but I think they do need they need some fresh blood. I think Jonah Bride came over from the Marlins. He was designated for assignment. He came over. I don't know what he's going to do for them, but sometimes you just need a little mix up in the clubhouse, and I think they're getting that right now.
Hey, all jokes aside, after winning that first game, the Mets had won 9 out of 11 games. So for the Twins to come back, get those 2, maybe they can right in the ship.
By the way,
And
Juan Soto had, I think it was game 1, his first hit with a runner in scoring position, which makes complete sense why Pete Alonso is just going bananas. He's getting all those opportunities after Juan Soto.
yeah, that's how it works. He's the best at not getting out. Wearing the full hood, Juan Soto's been a little too cold this year. There's been a lot of guys who have been just a little too cold this year physically.
You can't wear that. You can't wear that and
right?
perform.
That's close to a jacket. It's
too much.
Like if a little leaguer shows up with that, you're like, that kid's not good. That kid doesn't want to play today.
Like his mom made him wear that. No, his mom made him wear it. It's too cold.
Like the light hoodie, yes, I'll give you. Like that was like a hoodie. Like that was too much.
I don't like the hood. Get the hood out of there.
Yeah, if it's
you
up and it's really cold. I mean, come on.
No.
Come on.
That's when you're really, really comfortable. You know, obviously, got a lot of money coming his way. Doesn't really care much about what us idiots say about him, but that's a horrible look.
That's billionaire baseball. That's what that is. Trev, Orioles take 2 out of 3. They really needed a series bad. It's against the guard dog, so again, this is a nice one to put in their back pocket. They need to get better on both sides of the ball. We talked about their starting pitching being the worst, and they got a couple good outings. Obviously, they're going to need that. For the Orioles to be good, their offense has to be top 10, top 5. And they showed some signs of that, and especially like young Jackson Holiday. That would be huge for them. Gunnar with the solo homer in that final game. This Orioles needed this in a bad way.
They did, especially they got some bad news on Grayson Rodriguez. He's going for an MRI as he was trying to get ramped back up, so that just kind of puts an emphasis on all of that. Offense has to go. Shigano's actually been pretty good for them. Another good start here. 7 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, no walks. They're another team. I think along with the Cardinals and the Astros, we had trouble ranking the Orioles in our power rankings.
Yes, because there should be more there, but also that starting pitching can make you nervous. So hey, if Sagano clicks and they get a couple more outings, I need their offense to be electric. Like that's the Orioles. The Orioles we first fell in love with, they had an electric offense. Every inning was a rally, and that bullpen was scary. So with the big man back there, get that bullpen clicking. But I need the offense to be an elite-level offense. And they showed some signs against a really good Cleveland pitching staff. So
get Gibby up there ASAP. Let's go.
Stop it. Get Gibby back here. That's what the people want. Trev, the final 2, A's, White Sox, I don't have too much to add. I will say this. Lawrence Butler shat on a ball. No other way to describe it. And I was trying to think, the way he plays baseball, there's a cool factor to it, and he's good. It was giving me almost like David Justice vibes. Just like swaggy, destroying balls.
I don't really remember David Justice like off the field swag. I for some reason I have a visual of him and Derek Jeter playing like Jock Jam softball on MTV. Was that a thing?
Yes, I think that's him.
That's the only reference I have of him. Yeah, need to bring that back.
Yeah, baseball was cool. I mentioned Soderstrom, JJ Bleday with a couple big games. He had a really nice season last year. And watch out for Brent Rooker tapping in. These A's can bang. That's what we've said. Trev, I'll leave it with Rangers Angels. These have been your halos you've been defending. While we've both liked the Texas Rangers along the way, it's 3 games. Rangers really pitched. Seager kicked into gear.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest takeaway here is how good Tyler Mahle's been for them. You know, we talked about going into the season, the Rangers did have the question marks, you know, I think in that rotation because there's a lot of guys coming off of injury, especially like a guy like Mahle and DeGrom. But Mahle's been lights out this year. 6 innings pitched, 9 Ks for him. Kumar with his best start of the season. So, yeah, I mean, Angels, still believe in you. We got that young core. I think Neto is getting activated. Maybe he, gets them out of this little slide that they're in. But, the Rangers took care of business, man, the way they're supposed to.
Dolis Garcia hit a 3-0 homer. That always blows my mind. Him and Josh Young kind of have a shoulder-neck celebration that I need Josh Young to be careful about. That's a powerful thing he's bringing for his Cellies, and there's been some injuries. Like, let's be careful with that.
Yandy Diaz versus Adolis Garcia. Naked cage fight. Who wins? I'm
a Yandy guy.
Okay.
I think Yandy's got a bigger.
Why does it have to be
frame.
naked, Trev?
It always comes back to that. Kumar Rocker, 7 innings pitch, 0 walks. We love that. Big dominant series for the Texas Rangers. Let's see if they can get hot. And yeah, Molly is going right now. Bruce Bochy, Trev, tied Dusty Baker for 7th place in managerial wins all time.
Oh, and he turned 70. Congratulations.
Snaps for Bruce. Looks 69. Let's get into the second half of the show. And it's brought to you with our friends from the DraftKings Sportsbook, people. Baseball is a marathon, not a sprint. And that's great news for us because there are so many games to get in on the action. Every night, every pitch, they got stuff for that. Every at-bat, whatever you're looking for at DraftKings, from today to the day that the champagne bottles are popping in late October, early November, ? DraftKings, they got same-game parlays, odds boosts, and if you're a new customer, $5 will get you $200 in bonus bets instantly when you use code JMBaseball. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. New customers use code JMBaseball. Bet just $5 on any wager. Get $200 in bonus bets instantly. JMBaseball only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Trev, do you have a standout performance?
I do have a standout performance. I'm going with 2 guys, actually, Jake. I'm going with those cards, okay? I got Nolan Arenado and Brendan Donovan, both on Monday. Brendan Donovan goes 4 for 4 with a double, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Nolan Arenado goes 3 for 4, 2 doubles, a homer, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. We talked about this Cardinals offense, and it hasn't just been them. They've gotten like elite production out of their catchers as well. But I think it's a little bit surprising to maybe an outside baseball fan to see them do it. Probably to a Cardinals fan to see them clicking the way they have offensively. Brendan Donovan crushing the fastball this year. That's been the biggest difference. Last year he did not do that, so he's on time a little bit better, and he's always been such a good bat to ball guy that sometimes he can make up for that. But if you want the production like he's giving this year, you have to be on time for the fastball. He's doing that, crushing that, and those 2 guys, a big reason why the Cardinals are kind of where they're at in the season. I guess surprising some people. I think they're 1 game under 500, but better than we expected from them.
Yeah. Donovan's playing amazing, leading the NL in batting. And yeah, there was a little bit Cardinals player generator for a little bit where it was kind of meaty lefties, and it was him and Gorman and Burleson. It was kind of, it was like, all right, these are our Cardinals now. I think all those guys can hit a little bit, and he's hitting a ton right now. And it's part of the reason that the Cardinals' best batting average, and they have more of an identity right now. I know this is a big identity show. Like, the Cardinals can slap it around the yard. That's what they do.
We got 9 guys, Jake, right now on the Cardinals. And some of these are, the plate appearances aren't super high. Like Capozzo only has 16 plate appearances, but 9 guys with OPS plus over 100 right now.
Contribute. Tough at bats. Every inning. Cardinals, there's even more love coming. It's not right now because my love is going to my Snakes. And it should probably be Josh Naylor, 3 straight games with a home run, and he is finding his groove with the Snakes and starting to feel like, hey, Snakes, what other cash you got back there? Like, I like it here. You like me here. Let's figure something out. It could easily go to Corbin Carroll, who's been one of the best players in baseball this season. I'm going to Pavin Smith. Man, this guy has had an up and down career with the Diamondbacks. It felt like every time he got the opportunity, he wasn't clicking, although there would be the week or 2 where it did happen, and it was kind of like, okay, so this is the guy we've heard about and we've talked about. He's been going nuts. You could pick a game for him, but he's 14 for 30 in his last 10 games. 467, 3 homers, 4 doubles, 6 RBIs. He's walking. There's swipes in there. Jock Peterson left and has been one of the players struggling the most this season, and everyone was kind of like, so wait, you're gonna let Jock go and you're gonna give Pavin the keys to the DH spot? I don't know, Jim. Pavin Smith has been incredible for them. Big part of their sweep over the Marlins. And if he can be that, again, I think we're going to see in a couple weeks, and we'll be like, yep, the Snakes' best offense last year, and they're going to have one of the best offenses this year.
Yeah, if he continues to even come close to what he's doing early on in the season, it's going to be a big part of the reason why the Snakes do what they do. I mean, we knew they have a deep lineup with the guys that can do a bunch of different things, but having a guy like Pavin, really up his walk rate and get on base a little bit more than he has in his career, and then drive in some runs from here and there, that's going to be really good for them.
Trev, there was a lot of other dudes. I've mentioned Reeser a lot. The best ever on Seattle. We skipped all the pitchers. God, there was a lot of good pitching outing. But the good news is, I think a lot of them ended up on Fuego.
Dirt nasties on Fuego. That means I'm on fire, baby. Like Waco.
That's right. Corona.
Give it to me. Give it
bringing
to me,
us
Trev.
in Fuego. We got some guys on here. We talked about some of them, but let's get into it. For the series, do we still call Austin Riley young thick, or is he just thick Austin
I think
Riley?
he just thickums now.
He's just thick Austin Riley. He went 4 for 12 with 3 homers and 6 runs driven in. How about Tyler Soderstrom, our guy? 5 for 14, 3 homers, 7 runs driven in. He leads baseball with 9 on the season. 9 homers in 61 games. That was last year. He's got 9 homers in how many games this year? 16. I don't know what it is. He's crushing it, not only at the field, Sutter Field, I believe it's called, out there in Sacramento. He's hitting .439 on the road. That's the best in Major League Baseball. We talked a little bit about Rhys Hoskins getting out of the slump. 6 for 10 in the series with 2 homers, 4 runs driven in. Tyler Fitzgerald contributing in that Giants lineup, 8 for 17, 2 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs. Corey Seager. I feel like he gets lost a lot in like our discussion around baseball. He's so damn good. 7 for 10 in the series, a double, a homer, 3 RBI. He hit his 100th homer with the Rangers on Thursday. For the week, Jake, Junior Caminero, 8 for 27, 4 homers, 8 runs driven in. Cameron Meisner, also of Tampa Bay, 8 for 17, 2 doubles, 2 homers, 4 runs driven in. We talked about Tatis a little bit. He went 8 for 25. 4 homers, 7 runs driven in. He's reached base in all 18 games he's played this year. It's the 3rd longest streak of his career. And he's also crushing the fastball. 486 batting average on fastballs. This year, that's the best in Major League Baseball. He's crushing it. And this was near and dear to my heart, Jake, because I lost my best friend this year. Kyle Farmer left the Twins. He went to the Rockies.
Whew, Jesus.
He's about the only guy.
Christ, Trev.
What? Oh, you thought I meant somebody else? Okay.
Yes, dude. You teed that up like someone died.
I didn't
You
say
teed
anyone
that
died.
up like your
I
best
said,
friend died. I
said I
lost my best friend this
friend.
year.
Okay, well, he
This
was
year.
last year.
Crazy, dude.
Goes to the Rockies. He's about the only one doing anything with the Rockies, Jake. 9 for 22 for the week for a 409 batting average, 6 doubles, 3 runs driven in. And he sat down for an interview with Kelsey Wingert the other day. So, like, we're really doing it out there. Yeah.
Friends are friends.
That's who's in Fuego.
That's who's in Fuego, Trev. I do want to piggyback it in a second. We do have to give a couple pitchers love, and we have separated them, pitchers who shoved on our sheet. So maybe they don't deserve to be in Fuego, although that was beautiful. And yeah, maybe stop trading Chris Bassett and start trading Kyle Farmer. How about that?
Oh, I like that.
Actually, Yankees could use a little righty power.
Twins could use him. They should have signed him back.
Sure they could. Trev, can you give me these pitchers who shoved? I know it hurts you a little bit, but it's also when guys do this, you appreciate it.
Okay, I'll do pitchers who shove. You do batters who are struggling. How about that?
Yeah, that's how it works.
It's a trade-off.
That's how it works.
Pitchers who shove. Shane Baz on Monday against the Red Sox. 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 11 Ks, no walks. You know that always gets my juices flowing. He's allowed an OPS of just 117 with 2 strikes this season. So he's putting dudes away. That's the best among qualifying starting pitchers. Dustin May continues to look incredible. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 7 Ks, no walks. Love that. It's his first victory since May 6th of 2023. So snaps for that redheaded son of a gun out there. Jake Irvin, another Jake. A lot of Jakes this episode.
Yeah.
On Tuesday for the Nationals, he goes 7 innings pitched, 6 Ks, 1 walk. He has a strike rate of 80.3% when going through the lineup the third time in the game this season. That's the highest among starting pitchers in baseball. Don't really know what that stat means. Just read it off the sheet.
Okay.
Got a couple more here. Tyler Mahle, we talked about him. He's been maybe one of the best pitchers. Not maybe. He's been one of the best pitchers in the American League this year. Best opponent's average, 121 average against. OPS only at 393. How about hits per 9, 3.7? That's first in all of baseball. On Tuesday, he went 6 innings pitched, 9 Ks, 2 walks. Then a couple Pirates, Jake, on this list. Bailey Falter goes 7 innings pitched, no earned runs. Andrew Heaney, my guy, 7 1/3 innings pitched, 4 Ks, no earned runs. So the Pirates got the pitching and got the series win against the Nationals. And those are the pitchers who shoved.
I like Jake Irvin's strike rate. That third time through the lineup, if he's coming at you, I respect that. I think there was also, I know Hunter Brown could have made this every start he's had this year. Third time through, he's got some Framber stuff going on right now that he's getting better as the game goes. So that's OPS of 133 when going through a lineup the third time in the game. OPS of 133. That's he's on his sicko shit right now.
We could always mention Nick Pivetta in this as well. Full pension Piv doing it.
Yeah, not doing.
He like legit is going to get full pension. So like that joke, has turned into a reality.
It was never a joke for him. It was a joke for you, sucker.
Yeah, he's like, who are you, scrub? You're not even going to make the team. Stop calling me full pension Piv.
Thank you for that extended en fuego brought to you by Corona, the official cerveza of Talking Baseball. Let me tell everyone who's on the struggle bus. Jake's struggle bus, we can call this segment. Man, a couple guys in Philly, but Brandon Marsh, 0 for 27. Yikes. An 097 OPS. You don't see that with OPS a lot. Hitless in his last 31 at-bats. He's 0 for April, Trev. He's 0 for April. Yikes. He banged up his knee, so let's see what's going on there. But we every year it feels like we do a Brandon Marsh. Like, wait, is this guy really, really good? Man, him and Bohm, the ire of some Philly fans' eyes right now. Jordan Westburg, a guy before the season, I panicked, and I was like, wait, is he one of the best third basemen in baseball? He's on a 2 for 36 right now. 071 on fastballs, Trev. That means you're not on time. That's what I've learned.
Get on time, Pop.
Just get on time. That's the second lowest in the AL. Gino! Eugenio Suarez, 4 for 43 after a hot couple games early. 031 on low pitches. That's Trev, do you have the cure for that one? I don't know what that is. Low pitches?
I think he's saving it. He doesn't need it right now. He's like, the rest of the guys got me. Let me just take my lumps now, then I'll come back. That's what I'm thinking. On low pitches, I mean, that's a leg thing.
Player.
You got to get through the ball with the legs.
Okay. I like that. Lou Bob, man, we keep waiting for him to take off. 4 for 38. Breaking pitches. Slugging 0 on breaking
He's got to get out of Chicago, man.
I know. But the problem
I think that's the cure. That's the cure.
He's half getting paid, so teams aren't offering them anything. And then if he goes and he balls out somewhere, like, I get it. Like, the White Sox needed him to put together a good month or month and a half, and maybe it's still coming, but otherwise the teams aren't going to offer them anything for him, and then it's tough. Phillies, Brandon Marsh. Jonathan India, our guy. The hair is powerful, great social media account for us, 4 for 40. The hard rate hit isn't there right now. They're moving him all over the yard. I wonder if that's in his head or just different division. They need him. Kansas City needs anybody to hit.
Nobody. Basically,
nobody,
besides
man. They're missing Yuli Gurriel. The IL. Again, there's a little lull at the end of this show before we get to awards and Kelsey Winger can start our week. Chris Bryant, man, I know there's jokes to be made. When I see degenerative back stuff, I won't make them. So I know that contract has been tough for Colorado. A league MVP, Chris Bryant, kind of scary stuff in Colorado. Brandon Lockridge out for San Diego. He's been all over the place. Again, I'm not saying I'm happy about this, but this has led to Tyler Wade in center field for your San Diego Padres. A couple
bats, old Tyler, yeah.
Yeah, how do you like that? Sam Moll, Eli Morgan in that bullpen. Different bullpens, but respected bullpens. You mentioned the Minnesota Moose, Matt Wallner. Trev, again, this guy's got a little bit of an injury history. Jose Siri for my Mets. Christian Encarnacion Strand. Paul DeYoung for the Nationals. Endy Rodriguez, not from the collision the other day that we saw, but he's out. And then I felt bad. We missed this the other day. We talk about a lot of stuff, but Justin Steele, I mean, out for the season. I feel like we've mentioned it here and there, but God, that's one of the biggest injuries that has happened in this baseball season. And we did the whole, are they trade candidates for Sandy and that whole thing, but yeah, that was one of the tougher ones. Here is where things pick up. Awards with Kelsey Winger. Go check out our warehouse game stuff. I'm at our warehouse right now. Blitzball Battle is rolling. Coach Trev, myself, on the field fighting for glory. Go check that out at our warehouse games YouTube. It's a fantastic watch. Peter Moylan in the booth. Chris Rose in the booth. Go check it out. Warehouse games on YouTube. Trevor, please.
Want to touch on one thing before we get into awards. Did you see Nico Horner between the legs on a Tyler Wade ground ball? Almost got him. Wade's obviously very fast, so it doesn't matter. It's never going to be shown again because it was a base hit. But if he makes that play,
right,
on highlight reels for a long time, it's tough.
It's a funny sport, man. There was a play at second, Royals Yankees, where it was a boneheaded play. He shouldn't have thrown a second, but Jason Dominguez pulled up because he was like, no way he throws to second. And so they double bonehead, ruled each other out. Play got reviewed. It went from a boneheaded play to a heady play. Got him at second base. A lot of buzzwords. Trevor?
My award, this is an interesting one. I can't wait to bring this one out to you and the people listening to this beautiful show, because I actually got served this on Instagram. And I was like, I have to talk about it because I'm very interested in it. I'm going to call this award. I
hope AI got you in this.
It's not AI. It's not AI. I promise. I don't even know what to call this award. Because I can't remember the word that I was going to use for it. Anyways. There are times in the history of baseball where things happen. Plays get brought up, first and third bunt. That was like a Joe Madden thing. He decided, I want to start doing this. He saw a glitch in the matrix. I can expose this. It's very difficult to defend this play. You can talk about, I guess, shifting the shortstop up the middle, the way it used to be played with the shifts. That was a monumental thing in baseball. That I think changed a lot of people's careers, if we're being honest. There are just times where in baseball things happen that kind of come out of nowhere that start to make sense. This one, I'm not so sure makes sense, but I got sent it. There's a guy out there named Joel LaFlame. Okay. And he is a screenwriter for a TV show called Wild Card. It's about baseball. It's about a woman entering the front office or the coaching staff, and she wants to prove her worth to the organization. So what she comes up with is what we're calling it the flame shift. Now we know we can't shift anymore in the infield. And look, This is going on all throughout baseball. There's many people in front offices trying to figure out ways to take advantage of the game within the rules, right? Infield shifts, done. We can't really do it anymore. Still no shifting. They manipulate a little bit.
You can shift no shifting bit, but
no shifting in the outfield, which is something that we've talked about quite a bit. I actually would like to see no shifts in the outfield. I would like to see guys in their zones, and we want to see guys go get the ball. That's what we always say, right? The LaFlame shift essentially is swapping so you have your center fielder, let him be center field. Your right and left fielders, whoever is the better athlete out there, will start to go play right field or left field, depending on the tendency of the hitter that's batting. So let's say you have a guy that's pulls the ball in the air a bunch. You're going to put your better defender, and he's right-hander. You're going to put him in left field. If the next batter hits the ball in the air to the outfield on the opposite side, that defender would then go back to right field. And essentially what we're trying to do here is you can put a less defensive-minded outfielder, a guy that's more offensively inclined, and kind of hide him, if you will, while taking your best defender and putting him where the ball's supposed to go more often than not. It's kind of what we do already. So, for instance, I was thinking, where does this make sense? So the Twins, okay, I know them very well. Harrison Bader has been playing great ball, especially in left field. He's been going and getting it. And say you have a Matt Wallner out in right field, who's not necessarily, a speedster going to run down balls. You just swap them depending on tendencies. Have Byron in the middle, and then Bader's just going and getting the ball where it's going to be hit the most. This is from this show, Wild Card. And usually I'll sniff these things out. This kind of makes sense. This actually could happen. If you really have that type of outfield where one guy's just he's just a banger. I always think about Delman Young, Josh Willingham in left field for the Twins. If you could get the ball away from them and to your better defender in the outfield, it makes sense. It's logical. So are we going to see this LaFlame shift in the big league soon? It wouldn't surprise me if we did, Jake. I actually think it's a decent idea. I don't know. I don't think there's no rules that say you can't do that. You're just moving your defender. Would he get tired running from right field to left field? Maybe. But not everyone. You're not going to switch on everyone. It's just more of if there's a tendency to pull, tendency to go to the opposite field, you move your best defender over there. So you tell me your thoughts on it. I'm very interested to see what you have to say. You look like you're into it a little bit.
So, I was laughing because I was like, oh, okay, ad for this show. Trev's back.
I don't even think it's I think he's trying to pitch this show. It's not even a real show yet.
Not even there yet. I know they're doing a basketball version of that show that Mindy Kaling wrote. I think it's doing pretty well. Anyways, so I am a ban the outfield shift guy. Yes, because I want guys to kind of have starting positions, and I don't have the rules figured out.
I don't know if this would be a shift. I'm
doing two different things. I'm saying what I want. I don't think it's that popular, but dude, there's still a lot of line drive or well hit balls to the warning track that are routine outs that used to be doubles because the center fielder used to play at a quote unquote normal depth. That hey, if we're always looking to add a little bit of offense, if you have outfielders not starting at the warning track, doubles are going to go up, which is one of the most exciting hits in baseball. To your LaFlame shift, I know for the infield shift, they do have rules in that defenders can't switch sides because they were worried.
You have to stay on your side. Yes.
They were worried infielders were going to do this, that, okay, if you got a pull guy, lefty-righty, just move your shortstop over every at-bat. So they do have that. So, yes, for the outfield, I don't currently believe they have anything. They might, and we just don't know about it.
I don't think they do.
I don't think so. I guess my thing is I want baseball to be more dramatic, and maybe this is me hoping to get to the end where we're shifting. That, yeah, there's something there, right? If it's Harrison Bader or Matt Wallner, Harrison Bader, put him out there. I know Rob has a little Harry Bader taster reel that we were debating putting on this. That, I know he had a couple misplays early, but every team knows your outfield. If you got good outfielders that make plays, and you on the other side you might not. I would be interested to see why teams aren't doing that, because it seems like if that's getting to your algorithm, your Insta algorithm that's out there, that I wonder if there's a league memo sent out to not do that. I don't know. For me, Trev, this is what I want to see.
Okay.
If there's a big lefty pull hitter, and I'm sorry to everyone, we're going to continue to use the Minnesota Twins outfield, but it's what we have for now. So say there's a big lefty pull guy, and the Minnesota Moose, Matt Wallner, is playing right field. Let's get Moose and Buxton heavy. Like Buxton's playing right center. Bader's playing left center, if not center. That you have your 3 outfielders over here. That left field is open. So if it's a big lefty pull hitter, if they do accidentally hit one down the line, Bader's still over there, that it's going to be a double. And like, okay, you're willing to give that up if the big lefty pull hitter hits a double. I am very surprised we don't see more extreme. Think about the infield shifts we used to see. 4 guys on the right side of an infield. I'm surprised outfields don't do that more. That is what I would expect would be the next evolution. Outfielders trading spots would be hilarious. I wonder if the pitch clock makes it tough.
Interesting. You're more into it than I thought you were going to be. I thought I was going to say this, and you were just going to be like, "This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard." But to me, like that's what I initially thought was like, "What are we talking about here?" Then I started thinking about, okay, like that makes sense. If it allows you, I mean, everyone's trying to run prevent, and do we want to see that as fans? No, I don't want to see offense continue to go down. I don't want to see. I'm just saying, think along with the front offices. This is all they're trying to do is run prevent. So. We might see it. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't even know what the name for that award is.
Rob?
Outfielders are allowed to move wherever they want within the outfield during a game. So it does not. There's no shift or anything that defensive shift rule only applies to the infield.
I would love one day somebody just to make their mark, do exactly what you said. Just leave left field completely open. And just stack it up and see. Dude, I don't know.
Isaac Paredes. If you're the right fielder, you're not getting a ball. Put that cat on the grass outside the infield. Like I do think there should be another evolution coming. Trevor, the hitting over 1,000 years of baseball. That's a little dramatic. That was a little hobbity.
Yeah, definitely not 1,000.
We just figured out maybe put more meat on the bat where we're getting beat. So, Trev, great award without a name, without a player attached, a potential show attached. I don't know. But
Thank
you know
you.
that is a topic I am very into, and I think baseball is going to have an evolution because I want more doubles. There's just line drives to the warning track that get caught that we're so accepting of now that used to be the highlight of the game.
We both want outfielders to go get it, to make a play, and also more doubles. This would take away a lot of that. So maybe we don't want to give this award.
I want it to happen so that the outfield shift gets banned, unfortunately.
Okay.
Trev, I'm giving out the 2's a crowd, but 3's a party award. I think it used to be a song in a beer commercial that used to just make your head spin, and you're like, wait, 2's a crowd, but 3's a party. It doesn't really make sense. And that's my lane. Trev, we said they deserve more love. They went out, they won more ball games. The Cardinals deserve more love. And yeah, you're looking at the hitting stats, and it's okay. You mentioned Donovan's going nuts. My guy Toot Bar, the catchers are bringing something to the table. Everyone's kind of giving it bats. The Nolans. The Cardinals last year, and we talk about, the Cardinals funk, and you gotta wash it off and all that. Last year, the Cardinals hit 10 3-run home runs. 10 3-run home runs. All of last year, 162. So every 16.2 games, they hit a 3-run homer. Little math for everyone. That was the organization's lowest total in 32 years. The Cardinals recorded their MLB leading 6 3-run homer in 18 games. So they went from having a 3-run homer in every 16 games to now they're hitting a 3-run homer in every 3 games. Sometimes we talk about the juju of baseball and when you get the hit, and man, the Cardinals feel a little off right now. You get excited about Pete Crow Armstrong laying down bunts. 3-run home runs really help you win baseball games. I hate to go Manalytics on everyone. And the St. Louis Cardinals, who are off to a better start than we thought they would be, a big part of that is 3-run home runs. And if they keep doing that, the Cardinals will be back in the mix and will start doing St. Louis is a baseball city. And are they buying? And wait, maybe this Cardinals 2 GM front office is working. Know what works? 3-run homers. And the Cardinals are hitting them.
I'd be curious to know what the record is when they do hit a 3-run homer, because those are absolute backbreakers. I mean, a 3-run homer is that kills everything for the opposing team. I will say this, 342 on base percentage for the Cardinals this year, 312 last year. So getting on base obviously helps with the 3-run homer, because you got to have a couple dudes on for that. Hopefully it continues. I want to see this Cardinals team do well. That's a good one, Jake. Okay. That's a lot of 3-run homers.
That's a lot of 3-run homers.
And they're only 9 and 10.
Well, okay. We don't need this turn right now. Go Cardinals, go. Go Cardinals, go. Go all the bird teams. Big weekend for the birds. And there's a big weekend of baseball coming up that we will be back yucking ball about on Monday. Let us know what we missed. Comment below. Whose outfit did you like better? Trev's leaving vacation. I'll leave the warehouse, maybe. I suck.
Jake sucks.
Woo. Talk more Yankees. That's what the comments always say.
There we go.
More. Moss.
Do that more. Let's
Where
go.
You at with Ali Marmol?
Go Luke and Baker. Let's go.
Yeah, with Marmol.
My favorite manager.